What if I told you the real reason your erections have weakened over time isn't because of age, but because the blood vessels leading to your penis are quietly closing down, like a kinked garden hose cutting off the water supply? And worse, if nothing is done, they'll continue narrowing until they shut off completely. That's not just about losing intimacy, it's about losing a core part of what makes you feel alive as a man. But here's the shocker. Inside your kitchen right now, you likely already have the 3 natural ingredients that, when combined properly, can dramatically restore blood flow to your penis, improve vascular health, and reignite those firm, reliable erections you thought were gone for good. My name is Dr. Mohit Khera. I've spent more than 30 years specializing in men's health, helping thousands of men over 60 take back their strength, confidence, and sexual vitality, without drugs, injections, or expensive treatments. Now, you might be thinking, if it's so simple, why haven't I heard this before? That's the problem. Most solutions on the market are built to treat symptoms, not root causes. But this natural remedy, backed by science, works with your body to unlock what's already inside you. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how to create this powerful 3-ingredient mix in under 2 minutes and explain exactly how it boosts blood flow, cleanses your arteries, and helps you achieve rock-hard erections naturally. And I'll also reveal the secret timing that makes it even more effective. So don't go anywhere. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a simple, science-backed health tip made just for men like you. And if you find this video helpful, type 1 in the comments. If it's not what you expected, type 0. Your feedback helps me create better, more powerful content for you. All right, let's begin with the first ingredient, and it's one you probably have sitting in your kitchen right now, though you've likely never used it for this purpose. I'm talking about garlic. But not just any garlic. Raw, properly prepared garlic that, when taken the right way, can open up blood vessels, improve circulation, and send fresh, powerful blood flow straight to the penis. Let me explain exactly how it works, and why so many men overlook its incredible potency. Let's start with the heart of this formula, an ancient, everyday ingredient that holds extraordinary power when used the right way: garlic. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Garlic? Really? But hear me out, because what I'm about to share may completely change the way you see this humble bulb. You see, in my decades of practice, I've met countless men who felt their best days were behind them. No energy, no confidence, no firmness. Some even accepted that intimacy was a thing of the past. But when we addressed the real issue, poor blood flow, and introduced the right natural support, their lives began to change. Garlic, when properly prepared and taken consistently, can do what expensive pills and treatments often fail to do. It supports healthy blood vessels from the inside out. The key lies in a compound called allicin. When garlic is crushed and left to sit for about 10 minutes, allicin becomes active. And that one change makes all the difference. Allicin relaxes and expands blood vessels, helping blood flow more freely, especially to areas that matter most, like your groin. It also fights arterial plaque, lowers blood pressure, and improves endothelial function, the very lining that controls how blood moves throughout your body. This isn't theory. A 2020 clinical study showed that garlic significantly improved arterial health, circulation, and even erectile function. That means more oxygen, more blood, and more power reaching your penis where it counts. When men in their 60s, 70s, even their 80s begin to take garlic daily, crushed raw and on an empty stomach, many report stronger morning wood, more sensitivity, and a surprising boost in confidence. Personally, I've seen it work. I had a patient, let's call him James, 74 years old. He came into my office tired, frustrated, and embarrassed. He said he'd tried everything: pills, supplements, even gadgets. Nothing worked. We started with the basics. We added this simple garlic routine into his mornings, crushed, raw, on an empty stomach. Within a few weeks, he came back with tears in his eyes. He told me, "Doc, I thought I'd never feel like a man again, but last week, for the first time in months, I woke up hard." That's the power of natural healing. That's the power of blood flow. And I want that for you too. But here's the thing. Garlic is just the beginning. Because while it opens the door by expanding your vessels, what if there was another ingredient that could push that blood through like a turbo boost, thinning it naturally, clearing inflammation, and sending it exactly where it needs to go? Stay with me, because the next part of this formula may be the missing link to turning your body into a well-oiled, full-circulation machine. Let's talk about what I call the circulation supercharger, and why so many men overlook its unbelievable benefits. Now, if garlic opens the door to blood flow, this next ingredient is what rushes through it, supercharging your circulation from head to toe: ginger. When most people think of ginger, they picture a kitchen spice or something to calm an upset stomach. But the truth is, ginger is one of the most powerful natural tools we have to fire up blood flow, reduce internal inflammation, and awaken parts of your body that may have gone quiet over the years, including your ability to get and maintain a strong, lasting erection. Let me take you back to a conversation I had with a patient named Walter. He was 68, in fairly good shape, but told me his erections had gone from dependable to disappointing. "It's like my body wants to respond," he said, "but something's missing." What was missing was proper circulation, and when I introduced ginger into his daily routine, alongside garlic, he was skeptical at first. But just 2 weeks later, he emailed me to say he was waking up aroused again, something he hadn't experienced in nearly a year. That's the real magic of ginger. It doesn't force your body, it supports it. Ginger works by naturally thinning the blood and acting as a vasodilator. That means it helps open up blood vessels and allows blood to move faster, easier, and more efficiently throughout the body. For men, this is vital. When blood can travel smoothly into the penis, erections become firmer, more responsive, and easier to maintain. Ginger also reduces the silent inflammation that builds up in your arteries over time, a hidden cause of poor circulation and erectile dysfunction that many men don't even realize is affecting them. But beyond the science, ginger brings something else, a sense of renewal. It energizes, it sharpens, it clears out the sluggishness that comes from years of buildup, poor habits, and aging. It's like giving your body permission to perform again. And the best part is how easy it is to incorporate. Just a 1-inch piece of fresh ginger root, grated or sliced into your morning mix, is enough. You can also use half a teaspoon of dried ginger, but fresh works best. What matters most is consistency. Use it every day, and over time, the effects build. That increased warmth in your lower body? That's real. That morning firmness you thought was gone? It starts returning. That quiet but powerful sense of, "I've still got it"? That's your body waking back up. Now imagine combining that with the artery cleansing effects of garlic. That's where things get exciting. But we're still missing one final piece. Because while garlic opens and ginger accelerates, the next ingredient acts like your body's cleanup crew, detoxifying your system, protecting your arteries from damage, and ensuring that this newfound blood flow stays clean, clear, and strong. So don't go anywhere. What I'm about to show you next ties the entire formula together, and just might be the most important step in reviving not just your erections, but your energy, your focus, and your overall vitality. Let's talk about the final powerhouse ingredient that completes this circulation-boosting trifecta. To complete this powerful formula, we need one more ingredient, something that purifies your system, protects your arteries, and ensures the blood flowing to your penis is clean, strong, and consistent: fresh lemon. Lemon might seem too simple, even too common, to hold such power, but over the years, I've learned that it's often the simplest tools, used consistently and correctly, that make the biggest difference in a man's health. Lemon is far more than a source of vitamin C. It's one of nature's most effective internal cleansers, flushing out toxins, lowering inflammation, and restoring elasticity to arteries that have been stiffening slowly over time. I remember a patient named Charles, 72, who once told me, "Doc, I feel like my body's stuck in traffic. Nothing flows right." He had been struggling with poor circulation, foggy thinking, and what he called lifeless intimacy. We had already started him on garlic and ginger, but it wasn't until we added fresh lemon into his routine that things truly shifted. Within weeks, he noticed his energy returning, his thoughts clearing, and yes, his erections coming back stronger and longer lasting than he'd had in years. Lemon juice works by attacking oxidative stress, one of the hidden causes of arterial damage and plaque buildup. It keeps your blood vessels flexible, so blood can move freely through them. That means less pressure, less resistance, and more of that life-giving circulation reaching the areas that need it most. It also helps the body better absorb nutrients, which means garlic and ginger become even more effective when lemon is added to the mix. And let's not overlook its powerful antioxidant and detoxifying effects. Lemon supports your liver, your kidneys, and your digestive system, all of which play a role in hormonal balance and sexual vitality. When your internal systems are clean and supported, your body can finally function as it was meant to, even as you age. One fresh lemon, squeezed into warm water and added to your morning mix with garlic and ginger, can transform how you feel in a matter of days. It hydrates, it energizes, and most importantly, it protects the gains you're making with the other ingredients. This isn't just about getting an erection, this is about giving your body the foundation to hold on to those improvements for the long haul. And here's the part that excites me most. When my patients make this simple drink a habit, something amazing happens. Their erections improve, yes, but so does their mood, their digestion, their sleep, and their sense of control. They stop feeling like passengers in their own lives and start feeling like drivers again. Now that you understand how these three ingredients, garlic, ginger, and lemon, work together to restore healthy blood flow and bring back your confidence in the bedroom, you're probably wondering, how exactly do I prepare this mix? What's the right ratio? When should I take it? And how can I make it as effective as possible? Well, stay with me, because in the next part, I'll walk you step by step through the exact preparation method I recommend to my own patients, so you can start feeling the difference as soon as tomorrow morning. Now that you know the three ingredients, let me show you exactly how to bring them together into one powerful daily drink that can reignite blood flow, restore your confidence, and help you feel like yourself again. This is the part most men overlook. They hear about the benefits of garlic, ginger, and lemon, but they don't know how to combine them properly, when to take them, or how to activate their full potential. And that's a shame, because the difference between taking these ingredients the right way versus the wrong way can mean everything. What I'm about to share is the same method I've used with countless men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s. Men who felt hopeless, disconnected, and tired of relying on pills that only gave temporary results. When they committed to this simple 2-minute habit, something shifted. Their energy returned, their confidence came back. And for many, intimacy became a joy again, not a frustration. Here's what I recommend. Start by crushing 2 to 3 cloves of fresh garlic. Let them sit for about 10 minutes to activate the allicin, that powerful compound that relaxes blood vessels and lowers pressure. While the garlic rests, grate or slice a 1-inch piece of fresh ginger root. If fresh ginger isn't available, half a teaspoon of dried ginger will still do the job. Next, squeeze the juice of 1 full lemon. Add all 3 ingredients into a blender or cup. Pour in half a cup of warm water, not hot, just warm enough to help it mix, and blend or stir well. Some men prefer to strain the mixture, especially in the beginning if the texture feels too strong. But I always remind them, it's not the taste you're after, it's the results. This isn't about making a fancy drink, it's about changing your life from the inside out. Once it's mixed, drink it slowly on an empty stomach, first thing in the morning. This is when your body absorbs nutrients most efficiently, and when blood flow begins ramping up for the day ahead. If you're dealing with high blood pressure or stubborn cholesterol levels, some of my patients also take a second, smaller dose in the evening. But for most men, once a day is more than enough to feel the effects. And yes, the changes can happen quickly. Some men feel more energized within hours. Others notice stronger morning erections by the end of the first week. And for many, the deep, lasting benefits, like improved circulation, lower blood pressure, and consistent firmness, become undeniable within the first month. But here's the real beauty of it. This mix doesn't just work on your penis, it works on your whole body. It supports your heart, your brain, your liver, and your confidence. It's a natural formula that puts you back in charge of your health and back in control of your manhood. Now, if you're wondering how long it takes to see results, or what exactly to expect each week after starting this routine, you're not alone. In fact, I've mapped out what most men can expect week by week, so you know what signs to look for and when. Let me walk you through it. Now that you know exactly how to make this mix, let me walk you through what you can realistically expect week by week as your body begins to respond, heal, and reawaken. One of the most common questions I get from my patients is, how soon will I feel the difference? And I understand that. When you've spent months, or even years, feeling like something inside you has gone quiet, you want to know if there's real hope. So let me say this clearly. Yes, there is. But like anything worth having, it takes consistency and a little patience. The good news? The results often begin sooner than you'd think. In the first week, most men report a noticeable shift in energy. You may feel lighter, more alert, or simply less weighed down by that tired, sluggish feeling that's crept in over the years. Some men even tell me their digestion improves, or that they're waking up with a little more clarity and motivation. These are the first signs that circulation is improving and inflammation is beginning to ease. By weeks 2 to 3, the changes usually become more obvious. Blood flow continues to improve, and with that comes warmth in your hands, feet, and yes, your groin. You may begin to notice stronger morning erections, quicker arousal, and more confidence in your ability to respond when the moment is right. It's not just physical, it's emotional. You start to feel like you're stepping back into the man you used to be. By week 4 and beyond, that's where the deeper transformation tends to take hold. Blood pressure often starts to drop. Cholesterol levels may improve. Erections become firmer, more reliable, and more natural, without needing any kind of artificial push. And perhaps most importantly, the fear and doubt that used to linger in the back of your mind start to fade. Instead of wondering, will I be able to perform? You start thinking, I've got this. And while the physical benefits are incredible, what moves me most is hearing how this shift impacts relationships. Men tell me they feel closer to their partners again, more present, more alive, more loving. One man in his 70s said it best. "Doc, I feel like I've got a second shot, not just in the bedroom, but in life." That's what this is really about. Not chasing youth, but reclaiming power. Showing yourself that your body is still capable of healing, that it's never too late to feel passion again. And it all starts with a few ingredients and a few consistent mornings. But here's something most men don't realize, and it could be the difference between modest improvements and truly life-changing results. There's one more thing you can add to this routine, something so simple, yet incredibly effective, that can multiply the blood flow benefits of this mix almost immediately. It only takes 5 minutes a day. No equipment, no cost, just a specific type of movement that helps send blood exactly where you need it most. Curious? I'll show you exactly what to do next. If you want to take this routine to the next level, there's one simple habit you can add, just 5 minutes a day, that helps drive blood exactly where it needs to go and multiplies the effects of this natural formula. I always tell my patients, circulation isn't just about what you put into your body. It's also about how you move it. That's because your blood flow responds to activity, especially gentle, targeted movements that encourage blood to reach the lower half of your body, your pelvic region, your legs, and yes, your penis. Think of it like this. You've just filled your body with garlic, ginger, and lemon, 3 ingredients designed to cleanse your arteries, thin your blood, and relax your vessels. But if you stay still afterward, that power isn't fully directed. When you move, strategically, you help guide that circulation straight to the areas that need it most. That's how you turn a good routine into a great one. You don't need a gym. You don't need to break a sweat. In fact, the movement I recommend is simple, gentle, and designed specifically for older men. It focuses on stimulating the pelvic floor, opening up the hip region, and activating blood flow to the groin. Even walking in place, slow, deep squats while holding onto a chair, or a few pelvic tilt exercises can make a world of difference when done consistently. 5 minutes in the morning, right after drinking your mix, is often all it takes. I remember one gentleman, his name was Arthur, who had been taking the drink for a few weeks. He felt better, sure, but said he hadn't yet noticed the full return of firmness. So we added this one habit, 5 minutes of simple movement each morning. That was it. Within 10 days, he called to tell me, "Doc, I finally woke up feeling like myself again." He didn't change his diet, he didn't take a pill, he just moved, intentionally and consistently. This added step does more than boost erection strength. It supports your heart, it reduces stiffness, it improves digestion, balance, and even your mood. Because when blood flows better, everything improves. Your thinking, your breathing, your energy, and your confidence. If you're not sure where to start, just begin by standing up, taking a deep breath, and gently moving your hips in a slow, circular motion. It may feel silly at first, but trust me, this simple motion sends blood right where it's needed. And the more you practice, the more naturally it becomes part of your rhythm, part of your healing. So now you've got the formula, the timing, and the secret movement to amplify your results. But there's one final piece to this journey, something men rarely talk about but deeply feel. It's not just about blood flow or even erections. It's about how all of this impacts your confidence, your connection, and the way you carry yourself in the world. In the final part, I want to share something personal, why this matters so much to me, and what I've seen happen when men reclaim this part of their health. Don't miss it. What truly makes this routine powerful isn't just what it does for your body, but how it transforms your confidence, your energy, and the way you feel as a man. I've spent over 3 decades helping men regain control of their health, and I've come to realize something deeply personal. The real victory isn't just getting firmer erections, it's feeling whole again. It's looking in the mirror and seeing someone you recognize. A man who feels grounded, capable, and still fully alive. That's the kind of transformation I've seen over and over when men commit to this simple mix and the habits that support it. I've had men walk into my office carrying the weight of shame, frustration, and quiet disappointment. They thought something was broken in them, that the spark they once had was gone forever. And yet, within a matter of weeks, after a shift in blood flow, a few small lifestyle changes, and the return of physical connection, you see it in their eyes. Their posture changes, their voice gets stronger, they start to joke again. That's the power of reclaiming this part of your health. And here's the beautiful part. This isn't just about sex. It's about showing up with more presence in your relationship. It's about walking into your day with more focus and drive. It's about knowing that your body is still capable of strength, vitality, and connection, even in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. The garlic clears the path. The ginger pushes life through it. The lemon keeps it clean and steady. And the movement sends it to the right places. But you're the one who activates it all. You're the one who decides that you're not finished yet, that you've still got more to give, more to feel, and more to enjoy. I had a patient recently, quiet, reserved, in his early 70s. For years, he had given up on intimacy. "It just doesn't work anymore," he told me. After we walked through this formula, he said he'd give it a try, but he wasn't expecting much. A month later, he came back, sat down in the chair across from me, and said, "You were right, but it's not just that I'm performing better, it's that I feel like a man again. My wife sees it. I see it. That's what keeps me doing this work. That's what this is all about." So if you're listening right now and something inside you is saying, "Maybe this could work for me," I want you to know, it can. Your body hasn't given up on you, and it never will, as long as you give it what it needs. But before we wrap up, there's one more thing I want to leave you with. It's a powerful mindset shift that separates the men who get real, lasting results from those who start strong but fall back into old habits. It's simple, but it makes all the difference. And it's the key to making this transformation last. Let me show you what it is. If there's one final truth I want you to carry with you, it's this. Lasting change doesn't come from quick fixes. It comes from consistency, mindset, and believing that your best years aren't behind you, they're still within reach. Over the years, I've seen men start strong. They get excited. They follow the steps. They feel the first wave of energy, maybe even that long-lost morning erection, and then life gets busy. Old habits creep back in. The mix gets skipped, the movement forgotten, and doubt starts to whisper again. Maybe this wasn't real. Maybe I just got lucky. That's why I always teach my patients one core mindset that keeps the transformation alive. It's not about being perfect. It's about showing up. Every single day, you choose to support your body, whether it's with this drink, 5 minutes of movement, or simply choosing to believe in your strength again. You're reinforcing a new identity. You're no longer a man at the mercy of time. You're a man in charge of his vitality. Think of it like tending a fire. The flame might flicker now and then, but if you keep feeding it, even gently, it doesn't go out. It grows. It warms you. It lights your path forward. And that's what this journey really is, a daily decision to feed the fire of your health, your manhood, your spirit. I remember a man named Raymond. He was 78. When we first spoke, he said, "I just want to feel useful again. I want to feel needed, alive, like I can still bring something to the table." We started with the mix. Slowly, we added in movement. But what really changed was how he saw himself. One morning, a few months in, he said, "I woke up and didn't feel old. I felt capable." That's the reward of staying the course. Not just better erections, not just stronger circulation, but the return of something deeper: pride, joy, a sense of self-worth. And here's the truth I want to leave you with before we wrap up this journey. Your body is always listening. It's ready to respond. It wants to work for you, but it needs you to meet it halfway, not with perfection, but with presence, not with pressure, but with patience. So don't ask yourself, will this work for me? Ask, am I willing to work with my body one day at a time? Because when you do, when you choose to support your health with natural tools, with movement, with intention, you're not just improving your erections, you're rebuilding your foundation, you're reclaiming your power, and you're reminding yourself, and the people around you, that age doesn't define you. Action does. Now, before I leave you with a final word of encouragement, I want to share something personal, why I believe so deeply in this, and why I know that even if you're starting late, you're still right on time. Let's finish strong. And if you've made it this far, then I believe you're not just curious, you're ready. Ready to take back control of your health, your energy, and your identity as a man. Let's pause for a moment and reflect on everything you've just learned. You now understand the real reason erections weaken over time, because blood flow slows, arteries stiffen, and your body silently begins to shift. But you also know that it doesn't have to stay that way. You've discovered the natural power of garlic to open blood vessels and support healthy pressure. You've seen how ginger can accelerate circulation, reduce inflammation, and help push blood exactly where it's needed. You've learned that lemon detoxifies, protects your arteries, and enhances every benefit of this formula. You've got the recipe. You know how to prepare it, when to take it, and how to use it as part of a morning ritual that supports your body from the inside out. You even understand how 5 minutes of targeted movement each day can dramatically boost results, helping your body deliver on the promise of this mix. And maybe most importantly, you've heard what truly matters, that this isn't just about erections. It's about waking up to the fact that your life, your confidence, and your connection with your partner are still worth fighting for. I didn't create this formula to sell you a fantasy. I share it because I've seen what it does. I've seen it change men, not just physically, but emotionally. I've watched older men come back to life. I've seen couples reconnect, men stand taller, and a spark return to eyes that had grown tired. That's why I'm here. That's why I keep showing up. And I want the same for you. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to start. Crush the garlic, grate the ginger, squeeze the lemon, mix it up and drink it down. Move your body, even if just for 5 minutes, and then do it again tomorrow. Build the habit and let your body do the rest. Because this isn't about chasing youth. It's about choosing vitality. It's about proving to yourself that you're not finished yet. You are still capable of strength. You are still worthy of intimacy. You are still a man who can feel alive, needed, connected, and proud of the reflection you see in the mirror. So if you're feeling a spark of hope, don't ignore it. That's your body telling you it's ready. That's your heart saying, let's begin. I'm Dr. Mohit Khera, and I want to thank you for trusting me with your time today. If this message spoke to you, share it with a friend. You never know how one conversation, one video, can change a man's life. Now go take that first step. Your future self will thank you for it.